Welcome back to the PwC channel for some Oshawott League playoff action. We have the match between StarvinPig and Zeroga21 today. And I'm really looking forward to this one, because in regular season, this has been a complete clapping by Zeroga inflicted on StarvinPig, 6-0. And yeah, so StarvinPig has been talking about how he's been topped by Zeroga all season, and now he's here for the second round. Just can't get enough, and yeah, can't wait to see how this is gonna go. We have for StarvinPig the signature, the worst signature in the league, which is Deer. Then we got Iron Treads, Hydreigon, Whimsicott, Milotic, and the thingy, Toxtricity. Whereas Zeroga's signature is the Diancie. We got Necrozma, we got Big Bad Feraligatr, which is always scary, Gliscor, Iron Morph, and Hexorus. Honestly, this is one of the scariest teams in all of the league, and this is also why I believe that Zeroga is the favorite to win Oshawott League. This team is insane, honestly. And yeah, how do you wall this? You can't really. You have to somehow beat it offensively. And yeah, I can't wait to see how StarvinPig wants to do this today. Just looking at the matchup, I don't really see it, because Iron Treads should get completely stonewalled by Gliscor. The Toxtricity, I guess, but you still have to get past both Gliscor and Diancie before it can really do anything, and then you get outsped by pretty much everything else, unless you're Scarfed, so tough. Hydreigon, maybe. I mean, Hydreigon can get past Diancie with a cheeky steel move on the switch-in, maybe, before it terras. And then it could do something. But yeah, it's looking tough. It's looking... Honestly, I would be surprised if Zeroga doesn't win this, but we shall see how it's going to go. StarvinPig is really creative with his sets, so... Or you can't really tell what's going to happen most of the time. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm ready, in case you didn't know. Yeah. As for the leads, for Zeroga, I could see Diancie, obviously, because it is gonna Terra eventually. I could also see Gliscor to get up Stealth Rocks and get the Toxic Orb going. And we do see the Hydreigon. Oh, he leads directly with Feraligatr. That's interesting. And we do see the Hydreigon for StarvinPig, which is interesting. That... I mean, is Zeroga just gonna set up turn 1? Oh, he just stays in. Alright, let's see what happens. I mean, he can go into either Whimsicott or Milotic here. If he, like, decides to, for some reason, set up turn 1, then he could potentially Encore with the Whimsicott. Goes for Superpower, alright. And it's a Life Orb Sheer Force set as well, unsurprisingly. That's what most Feraligatrs are. And now we see the switch into Necrozma. Alright, that's a lot of damage from the Scald. 28%, that's more than I would have expected. So this is probably very offensive, this Necrozma, I would guess. And yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, the Necrozma, you never can really tell what it's gonna do. It could be Calm Mind, it could be Physical Dragon Dance, it could be just defensive with Stealth Rocks, but judging from the damage, it's gonna be something offensive. And it's... Oh, he misses the Toxic. That's so in the crit. Wow. Incredibly unlucky turn for StarvinPig there. Wow. Without the crit, this isn't even a 2-hit KO. Now it is. And he misses the Toxic. Wow, that's insanely unlucky. I wonder what the Dragon Pulse is for. I mean, probably for Hydreigon, right? Interesting. Yeah, well, I don't know what to say. This was incredibly unlucky. Necrozma Toxic is really one of the absolute banes of its existence. And that was just incredibly unlucky. But I just noticed that the Milotic outsped this Necrozma. That means that Necrozma, either this is some sort of weird speedy Milotic, or this Necrozma doesn't have any speed on it. That's pretty interesting. Right, Psycho Cut on Hexorus. Very interesting. Stunspore. Oh, all right. These guys are dealing blows right now. I have all predictions. I mean, Energy ball, Sapsipper, wow, incredible. StarvinPig with the plays right now, with his terrible word here, which actually did some work this season. And just looking at it, I don't think, can it do anything to Gliscor? I don't think it can, so Zeroga should be rather safe to just go into Gliscor here. But yeah, having this Iron Moth paralyzed is super annoying for Zeroga. So that was a very good turn for StarvinPig. Oh, he's Terra Water. Wow. Jesus Christ, Starvin is really going for it here. I love it. Wow, this Terra Water, that's a good call, honestly, because both Diancie and Gliscor get annoyed by it. But yeah, Zeroga goes into Feraligatr. But yeah, the Gliscor is whittled down, Iron Moth is paralyzed. This should be toxic. Wow, that would be really bad news, honestly, for Zeroga. So StarvinPig is putting on a huge effort in here. You can definitely tell that he prepped very well and very long. Right, back in comes the Milotic, which takes the crunch rather well. But yeah, it's just gonna set up now, right? Yeah, Sword Stance. There you go. And it gets haste. All right, interesting. But eventually, you'd think it just gets crit here, right? Wow, the Milotic is faster than the Feraligatr as well. And now it gets the Toxic on the Crossma. Wow. StarvinPig, insane. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, Zeroga probably was really nervous because it's really always uncomfortable to face someone in playoffs that you 6-0'd in regular season, because you kind of shot your shot on them and you don't really know what and how they're gonna prep. And yeah, this is like, the matchup is terrible for StarvinPig, but he's really playing insanely well here. And now he's finally got the Toxic on Necrozma. And I wonder if this Milotic even has to fear anything of it. He really needs it for the Feraligatr. The set is absolutely great against it, and great against the entirety of the team, to be honest. Really only the Hexorus can overpower it, but for Hexorus he does have this Whimsicott, which can stun spore it. So yeah, this is looking more and more winnable for StarvinPig. There is still the mystery of the Diancie, which is gonna tarry out of the water weakness in all likelihood. But apart from that, I think like 5 out of 6 mons get handled by the Milo now. So yeah, he's making the right call, not risking it here, going for the Iron Treads. And now he can just click. Honestly, he can... Oh, he clicks Earthquake. Interesting. Right, I think that's worth it. And I think this thing is choice specs, just judging from that damage. And the Iron Treads is not the worst loss in the world for StarvinPig, because yeah, now he can just... please don't do anything crazy. Just click Dark Pulse now. Even if the Diancie is going to come in, it's not the end of the world. Because I think at this point, the Wordier is looking insane. Hydreigon is looking really nice because it should, in theory, outspeed the Hexorus and, yeah, pretty much the entire team now. Oh, he goes for Flash Cannon. All right. I think another insane prediction by StarvinPig. And I think at this point, this is GG pretty much. I think he's going to win this incredibly, because the Hydreigon on its own is, I think, going to deal with the rest of this team. It should be able from 58% to kill Feraligatr. It is faster than Hexorus. And StarvinPig in the chat says part 2 of getting a noise complaint. I wonder what the first noise complaint was about. I think I don't even want to know, but yeah, the Diancie Zeroga says, can you stop predicting my every move, please? Yeah, absolutely true. StarvinPig is putting an incredible performance in here. I can't believe what he's doing. It's really insane. I think also... Oh, he's gonna Terra Ground and Trick Room. Interesting. Yeah, but he's not gonna be able to one-shot the Hausdorff boy right now. And I wonder Is this gonna outslow Hausdorf Boy? I don't think so. Now he's gonna make some progress with the Trick Room, but if this is Choice Scarf Toxtricity, it's just gonna clean up the game. This thingy is gonna live one hit, but depending on its moveset, I don't think it can knock out Toxtricity. Maybe if it's Choice Specs, maybe if it has Psychic, but it would really need one of those. But even then, the Hydreigon is still there. I don't see how StarvinPig loses this still. Unless he makes some complete magic happen with the Hexorus now. Can't believe that he's using the Wordier so well with his nerdy math teacher nicknames. I don't even know all of these guys. Like, what is Gardener? Isn't that just an occupation? Godel, never heard of him. Turing, I've heard that guy before. Isn't that some computer science guy? Hausdorff, some nerd from Germany. Hypatia. Well, I think he invented 1 + 1 = 2. Anyway, StarvinPig is probably still anxious, thinking what he's gonna do now against this Trick Room thingy. Oh, and he goes into Iron Morph on the Whimsicott. Very good call by Zeroga. And now he's gonna go into the likely choice specs Wordier, and now he gets the Hex returned by getting Parrot. Very, very unlucky. Very unlucky. Alright, Terra Blast doesn't do that much. But yeah, at this point I think the Boom Burst can just clean up if it's Scarfed. Gonna go into Feraligatr. He can just switch into Milo. Not a problem. Goes for the superpower. Yeah, that's gonna be an easy recover now for StarvinPig. Goes into Hexorus. Maybe if this is Dragon Dance, but he can always just switch into Whimsy here. And then if he gets eventually Poison Jabbed on the switch in, then he can go back to Hydreigon. Doesn't need to predict the Diancie anymore, it can just click Dragon Pulse. Outrage, yeah. Zeroga is desperate. Can't really do anything anymore. Goes into Iron Morph again. Gets Leech Seeded. Painful, painful stuff. Now he can go into Milo. Or Wordier, I guess, yeah. True. With the Assault Vest. Wow, incredible performance by StarvinPig. Now what is he gonna do? He can just click something other than Terra Blast now. Earthquake, yeah. I don't think there's anything that Zeroga can do. He can always switch into Whimsicott. Eventually he's gonna catch it with the Poison Jab, but I also think at this point it's pretty likely that he's Scarfed or choiced in some other way. So after that he's gonna get annoyed by potentially Toxicity, as I said. If it's Scarfed, it can come in. Just click Boom Burst. I wonder what the last move on Feraligatr is. Probably Aqua Jet if I had to guess. But we will see in all likelihood. Now Zeroga is, not Zeroga, StarvinPig is thinking again, or is it Zeroga? I'm not sure. But one of these guys is. Goes into Whimsicott, yeah, no reason not to do it. I wonder if he even has Poison Jab. It would make so much sense, right, against Whimsicott being there. Now he can just Moonblast. Doesn't need to predict anything anymore. Yep. Moonblast again, unless he has Protect. StarvinPig says Whimsy Sweep, question mark. I mean, yeah, if he has a Grass move as well, then he's just gonna sweep here, I think. Unless this is Choice Scarfed Hexorus with Poison Jab still. StarvinPig says, I think this is GG. I mean, depends. If this has protect, then he's gonna live this hit. Now he's gonna go for Relegator. That's not gonna do anything for him. Can just click Moonblast again. Indeed does have the Aqua Jet. Yeah. Oh, and he does have the grass move. Yeah, that's gonna be GG. Wow, incredible. Maybe, yeah, as I said, you can just click Giga Train again. And this is just unbelievable. He got 6-0'd by Zeroga in regular season, and that's how it goes sometimes. And he had, honestly, this is one of the best prep effort that I've ever seen by anyone. Incredible performance by StarvinPig here. I wonder if this was with the help of Ronin's thing. You can definitely tell that he mocked against Brett, probably. But yeah, 5-0 win. Huge congrats to StarvinPig. Incredible performance. Zeroga says my prep was just bad. I don't think that's true. I think you just got... Honestly, StarvinPig put in such a great effort. I don't think there's any fault by Zeroga on this one. He just got out-prepped by StarvinPig, and that's... Honestly, in this case, no shame. I think the matchup was terrible for StarvinPig on preview, but he made like the speedy Milotic with Haze. Incredible set. Honestly, great. I wonder who thought of that. The Whimsicott was really good. I wonder if this was scarfed. Both could potentially be scarfed. The read on Diancie was huge. I mean, that was very ballsy in the situation that it happened. I would definitely not have done that, but it worked out. The Worders set was amazing. Iron Treads, I guess, didn't do that much, but it was also a good switch into Necrozma. Yeah, just a flawless performance by StarvinPig. Huge congrats. Also, huge congrats to Zeroga for the amazing season you played, even though it did not quite work out with the win. Honestly, I thought Zeroga was the favorite to win the season, from early on, because the team was so great. He was also really good at prepping. And yeah, at the end, he just got outperformed in a complete miracle performance by StarvinPig. And I can't wait for these semifinals. They're going to be hype in Oshawott League. All right. Yeah, as I said, again, congrats StarvinPig, and I hope you guys had fun. I definitely did, and see you guys in the next one.